Okay, so I'm actually really nervous right now because I'm a little unprepared. But today I'm the only speaker, so I guess I can just like relax and say anything. And so I mentioned in the first demo meeting that I used to study abroad. And the school that I went to is beautiful. And what's better is that the school is next to a beach. And at that time, I lived in a residential home, or res home for short. And several rooms form a suite. The school that I went to is, I stayed there for less than 2 years. But I had lots of memories there. And one of the most memorable experiences I have would be an unexpected helicopter ride. So one day, I had just finished my a midterm exam, and one of my suite mates, Julio, asked me if I wanted to go to the beach. I said yes. So we went to the beach together. And after we stayed at the beach for the whole afternoon, the sun began to go down. So it started to get darker and darker. And we decided that it's probably the time that we should go back to our dorms. The school is on high ground, so there's a slope between the beach and the school. And the trail to the school is winding, like a snake. And so we decided to take a shortcut. It started to get darker and darker, and gradually we started to be uncertain about the correct way back to our school. We saw a higher ground and we thought our school is in that direction. So we climbed onto it and we found out that we were wrong. It was really dark at that time, so we could not return to the original place we were at. We were stuck. It was cold, and we could barely see anything except the points of light of our school, hundreds of meters away. In a fairy tale, the little match girl puts her face onto the window of someone else's house and looks at a sumptuous meal on the table. The sparkles far away are the sumptuous meal, and Julio and I are the little match girl outside the window on a cold and dark day, at night actually. And Julio and I looked at each other, and we knew that we were in really big trouble. His phone battery died, so he used my phone to call the police. And after the call being transferred several times, there was finally some department that could help us. Julio described what had happened to the person on the other end of the line. And then is a long wait for the rescue. The waiting is about 10 to 20 minutes, but it felt like forever. Finally, they sent a helicopter. But unfortunately, the rescue team failed to find us. we were tired, but we tried our best to wave our hands and to get the attention of the rescue team, but they just can't find us. Then they sent a ground patrol to search for us, but after a few minutes, they found us, but it was dark and we were on an isolated high ground, so they could not reach us. After confirming our location, they sent the helicopter again. But this time, they brought us into the helicopter. It worked like a claw machine. So they first picked Julio up, and then they fly for a bit, and then they picked me up. The night was still dark, but they sent us to a glider airport next to our school. One of the rescuers told us, half jokingly, that it was probably not a good time to take a walk along the beach. But we were best in the favor of the rescue team. A college is a place for us to explore different possibilities. We are freer than before. But it is also you can get into trouble easily. So always remember that when you have to try new things out, but to think before you do. Back to TME.